Welcome in on a Tuesday. I'm Mugo Odigwe. President Donald Trump officially touched down in Saudi Arabia, his first major international trip of his second term, and the country pulling out all the stops for the president's arrival, including this. Those are Saudi F-15 fighter jets escorting Air Force One before it landed. Our reporters on the ground say the president was also greeted with a 21-gun salute. And look at this, that lavender carpet there rolled out for the president at the royal court. And there he is walking with Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Lavender is a symbol of growth and prosperity. The two leaders further solidifying their economic alliance by signing a $600 billion investment commitment. Before that, President Trump had this to say about the relationship between the two. Listen.
We have, as you know, we have the biggest business leaders in the world here. And they're going to walk away with a lot of checks for a lot of things that you're going to provide. And in the United States, it's probably 2 million jobs that we're talking about this visit. So, number one, I like visiting with you, and we've known each other very well, and I really believe we like each other a lot. And number two, for the United States, we've brought tremendous investment in and tremendous jobs, and we'll continue to service your great country very well.
All right, let's bring in CBS News correspondent Natalie Brand following the trip live from the White House for us. Good to see you, Natalie. Can you walk us through what was included in the agreement we just mentioned?
Hi, Mugo. Good to be with you. We're still waiting to get some more details, but the White House a short time ago did put out just a preliminary fact sheet on what it calls the $600 billion investment commitment made in Saudi Arabia. Note that that was a number, $600 billion, initially floated by the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman back in January, right after President Trump took office. So what we know so far, according to the Trump administration, is that this agreement includes around $142 billion in defense sales, it says, to build up the capacity of the Saudi armed forces. It also includes some investment in the United States, including $20 billion in AI data centers and energy infrastructure, and also nearly $6 billion in healthcare investments, including a high-capacity IV fluid facility. The White House says that will be a plant in Michigan. So still kind of sifting through what exactly has come from these meetings. But we did see the president and the Crown Prince sitting together. There were a number of memorandums of understandings that were signed that included these defense agreements. Also, energy, minerals were other topics mentioned, cooperation across U.S. agencies, federal agencies, and their Saudi counterparts, and also a commitment to cooperate on issues such as space and disease research. Mugo.
And we also know the president was greeted with quite an elaborate ceremony today. We're being told that's something you actually don't see often. Can you tell us more about what happened?
Yeah, our own Nancy Cordes was on Air Force One traveling with the president as they touched down. And she actually put out a tweet that while they were still in the air for about 30 minutes on the final leg of that journey, there were fighter jets escorting Air Force One in the sky. And she noted that longtime photographers who were also on the plane said that that is something that they had not seen since the time around 9/11. So that was significant. Then, President Trump touched down. He was warmly greeted on the tarmac by the Crown Prince. The pool reporters also noting a 21-gun salute. There was just a lot of pomp and circumstance around this arrival. They then traveled to the royal court for this ceremonial coffee visit, greetings between the delegations before those private meetings began. As you noted, Mugo, this is a sign, that these two sides really want to deepen their economic and also defense relationships, despite, State Department reports and also human rights groups that have sounded the alarm about accusations around violations of human rights by the Crown Prince and restrictions around political and civil liberties. Mugo.
Yeah, and just looking at some of the video as you were talking there, very, very ritzy, quite the elaborate display there for President Trump. Let's get into what else the president had on his agenda today. He attended a lunch earlier and was joined by a number of CEOs of major companies. Who were some of those who showed up?
Yeah, and that really highlights the emphasis on this leg of the trip around business investment. There are a number of American CEOs in Saudi Arabia as well. They are taking part in a U.S.-Saudi investment forum, which President Trump is expected to visit later this afternoon, or really a short time from now, to kind of visit some of the booths there, give remarks is what we are expecting. And that includes, leaders of companies across tech and finance, such as NVIDIA, BlackRock, also Uber, and a long list of others. If you go to the website on this forum, they say some of the topics in focus include AI, energy, advanced manufacturing, also healthcare. So this entire Saudi Arabia visit really puts a spotlight on U.S. and Saudi business partnerships as well, Mugo.
Okay, Natalie Brand, thank you so much for that reporting for us from the White House. Appreciate it.